Hello everyone, today in this video I will be explaining why Thrill Dragster will not be switched to an LSM launch. Right now, Thrill Dragster has a hydraulic launch, so it's pretty powerful, and a lot of people are thinking that it's going to be switched to an LSM launch because of its recent accident that it had, and I think it's kind of dumb. There's no reason to do it, and this is why. But before we get into it, if you want to know everything that is happening with Thrill Dragster, this is the place for you. Make sure to subscribe today to Great Reproductions and turn on the notification bell so that you never ever miss an upload. And if you want to contribute more to the channel, go check out my Patreon if you want merchandise and early access and all that cool stuff like that. And this is just a speculation video, so I don't even know if this is even going to happen, which I don't think it will be. But yeah, nothing has been said officially, so let's get into it. So in order to explain why Thrill Dragster will not be switched to an LSM launch, we need to know the what and the why. What happened during the accident, and why did it happen? What was the cause of the accident? Because if you're going to switch something or change something out, and it wasn't even the cause of the problem, that's just a waste of money in my opinion, and there wouldn't be much return on investment in that. Alright, so let's explain what happened in the accident. So, it was the green train running as normally as, any other train would on top of a dragster that day. And as the green train was coming down the top hat, a piece of the train flew off, coming off at almost 100 miles an hour, and it struck a person on the head in the queue line. So obviously something had to go wrong with the train, or some bolt or something was loose that had to go wrong, or maybe it came in contact with one of the brake fins or something to have it break off, not only break off, but literally fly off. It hit someone directly in the head. So the next question would be, why did this accident happen? How did it happen? What caused that thing to fly off? Well, to first know the why, we need to know what exactly fell off, and that was a flag plate. For those of you who don't know, a flag plate is a L-shaped bracket as big as an adult hand, and it basically sits on the train. It comes in contact, not direct contact, but it comes in contact with proximity sensors along the track that tell the operator where the train is at the track at all times. This is the piece that flew off of the green train. So according to the article that I read about the accident, which I think was the courier.com or something like that, you can go check out one of my other videos, if you, it'll just, the top card right here, just right there. In that video, I have all the sources and stuff, but basically, just to sum that video up, in the off season, all the trains get taken apart, inspected and all that, and put back together. According to that article, the flag plate, every single off season gets replaced with a new flag plate. The old flag plate gets taken off, and the new one gets put in, so now there's a new one in there, so nothing, bad has to happen. But going in from the 2020 to the 2021 off season, there were, COVID-19. There were COVID-19 cutbacks, so they couldn't do everything that they should have done to, do all the maintenance and stuff with the train, and that includes replacing the flag plate. So because of the COVID-19 cutbacks, that's why the flag plate probably flew off, because it didn't get the proper maintenance that it should have in the off season. So how does this all tie in with the launch, you could be asking? Well, that's the point. It doesn't. So why do people say that it will be switched to an LSM launch? Well, I'll tell you. Because an LSM launch is completely magnetic. There are no moving parts, no parts are touching at all. It's all powered by magnetism, basically. Hydraulic launch has a lot of moving parts to it. You have a cable winch, hydraulics moving, hydraulic motors, cable, catch car train, the launch dog, all that, weird stuff. There's a lot of moving parts that come in contact that has to be replaced every so often. So a lot of people are thinking because of that, because of so many moving parts and, everything like that, and the train didn't get the proper maintenance, that the launch could have an effect on, the flag plate coming off. Which, yeah, I guess I can understand that. The train comes in actual contact with the catch car, which is what launches it in the first place. But here's the thing. Where does the flag plate come in contact with that at all? You see, there's no logic in that, in my opinion. Now, of course, again, I could be missing something here. Maybe I am completely false about this entire thing. But again, how does the flag plate come in contact? It doesn't really come in contact with anything, correct? So there's no reason to switch out the hydraulic launch with an LSM launch because of that. Now, that's just the first big reason. The second reason, and this is probably the main one, why would you want to do that in the first place? And let me explain. So, in order to replace the hydraulic launch with the LSM launch, this is probably what you have to do. You have to take out all of the track that uses that hydraulic launch and just scrap it. That entire thing, scrap it. The entire first half of the ride has to be scrapped in some way, shape, or form. Now, that also doesn't mean that only the track or the launch mechanism will be removed. You have to get rid of the supports, and you need to get rid of the footers that, holds the supports up, which means you have to do digging. And that costs money. Now, why would you do that if you could just take down the ride? You see where this is going? There's really no point in changing out the launch system if it's going to cost too much money, and if there's no reason to do it. And if there's no reason to do it in the first place, and if it's going to cost too much money, then why do it? There are a lot of people out there that think this is going to happen, and I don't get why. And if it is going to happen, don't you think we would have already seen something happen by now? Like, it just doesn't make sense to me. Like, I feel like they would have already started disassembling everything in there. And maybe they have, we just can't see it yet, which, yeah, it does make sense. But, that also means that Intamin has to, fabricate more track than they don't need to do in the first place. So again, it all goes back to the reason, why would you do it? There is no point in changing out the hydraulic launch for an LSM launch. And, a lot of people will say, oh, well, it's a maintenance nightmare, isn't it? Well, yeah, it is, but that really isn't, in my opinion, a good reason to get rid of it. Because it would probably cost more money for them to replace it than to just keep on maintaining it, honestly. Now, again, actually, no, it probably would take more money to maintain it, but then again, it's, there's really no point in changing it out. Like, there's no reason to do it at all. So yeah, that's kind of my little spiel on why the LSM launch will not come into effect with a Top Thrill Dragster. Let me know down in the comments below whether or not you agree with this or not, and if I did get anything wrong, please let me know down in the comments below. And, well, that's all I got for you guys today, and I'll see you all later. Bye!